This is the replacement transmission with supposedly 11,000 miles on it. The fluid. Picked up 8 quarts of fluid and a new filter for it to get it off to a nice start. Now, I pulled this output speed sensor and checked for metal on it. There was just a little trace bit on it. Could have been 11,000 or 30,000 maybe. Something I need to do before I put that in there is to flush the cooler out due to the amount of damage that was done to the other transmission. It's going to be packed with metal. So I'll take these, put some cleaner up to these transmission cooler lines and some shop air and blow the cooler out, flush it out, make sure it's not stopped up. If it's stopped up, we'll have to deal with that, I guess. But I'll do that. Pull the torque converter and have a look and make sure there wasn't any sand and rock and dirt in there. Sometimes then they'll pull these transmissions out and the torque converter will fall out and hit the ground and pack it full of dirt. And that'll usually get it a trip right back to the place it came from. But it looked alright. The shifter is a little rusty. I went ahead and primer painted it. I'll see what's in the pan later. Well, it should be about ready to go, I guess. Go up in there and make a pan off of it. Put a new filter in it, new fluid. This takes ATF plus 4. Chrysler transmission fluid. And that'll get it off to a good start. I'm ready to put this used transmission back up in there. I didn't have any luck with flushing the cooler. Just kept getting bronze out of it. The external one. I'm just going to stick another one on it. But that's all there is. Okay, the transmission's up in there and against the engine block. Best position for the motor is at the level it sits at or just a little higher. The transmission goes in forward a little bit so that this differential part can clear the frame. And once you get the bell housing over the flywheel, and this differential over the frame enough, you just kind of slide it back and up into place. I've put one bolt in here at the differential, and then one diagonal up to the top to hold it there while I get some of the other bolts put in with their wire retainers or whatever. Oh no, pretty uneventful. Shifter brackets about already lined up to go back in its hole. Pretty simple, I guess. See, I put this bolt in there to hold the bell housing together while I put the wire clamp on this one. And get that one snug down. I'll pull this one back out and put the wire hold down back under it. And then put the dipstick in it and probably the upper starter bolt. I got the transmission in there, got a couple bell housing bolts, and I noticed the ear where this structural member goes on the corner wasn't down flat. So I ended up having to just find a short bolt and run in there and push that against pull it down against the bell housing. It was kind of in a bind. I have to watch where you fully tighten the bell housing bolts and it's all flat against the block. I went ahead and got the upper starter bolt, the dipstick tube, and the ground wire put on the starter. Just kind of run it down to hold the starter level, and I got this other starter bolt in and torqued down to 40 foot-pounds. If you tighten the upper starter bolt, it's kind of picky about not wanting to start the bottom one if you get this in too tight. But the dipstick tube and ground all go on this top one. The torque's 40 foot-pounds. I've lined one of the torque converter bolts up, bolt holes, and put a dab of blue Loctite on all 4 torque converter bolts. These torqued in 65 foot-pounds, so that's the ballpark, I guess. All I need to do is just run these down and take the slack out of them, but not tighten them clear up first, so you can get all the other bolts in line. Kind of rock it a little bit, that'll help pull it out so it don't put it in a bind, dragging it on one bolt. Now it's kind of snug down, but I can still move it. I got it for 19 millimeter hooked onto the crank, turning it clockwise. Hopefully there's no variance in them holes. It looks like there is. I didn't see any marks on the... So I got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right. I'll take it back out and rotate it around again. Make sure all 4 of them line up. Nope, that ain't it. I want to run that bolt down far enough so it don't get hung up on anything in the bell housing. Nope, that's off still. I hope it's some type of van transmission or something. That's it. I believe. Spread some more Loctite on this bolt here. Anyway, it goes like that. Next thing will be the structural member. There's some special instructions for installing it so you don't break it. After they're all in place, torque them down to 55 to 65 foot-pounds. The torque converter bolts ought to stay in there then. I went ahead and took a transmission pan off and cleaned it. All the old silicone off of it. This is a deal I made to set the transmission on when I change it. It's just like a bumper bolt with a spacer that fits inside the jack. It's pretty handy for that. Go ahead and stick a new filter on there. The fluid drips out of this differential area quite a bit. You can stick your finger in there and flick it, which takes quite a while before you get enough out where it'll stop running out on you. The filter has an O-ring in here. You want to be sure and take it out. And there's a new one that comes with a filter. At least it did with this one. Kind of got some holes it can snap into. The magnet will sit on this bottom corner here. I'm going to go ahead and silicone the pan before oil starts running out of the back there. It wouldn't make a good surface to adhere on if it gets tranny fluid on it. I've degreased that with brake cleaner, so it'll have a good adhesion to it. And I cleaned all the transmission fluid off all the bolts. So the transmission, I washed out all the bolt holes so it won't be spreading out. Let me silicone this pan. Well, there it is installed. It was a flawless install. The only thing you gotta watch is when you're putting it on there not to hit the valve body with any of the silicone, which it can happen, but I've got that one on there without touching anything. It went right in there. And now that'll keep it sealed up on the outside, the center, and the inside. I'll deal with this structural collar here in a little bit. I went ahead and put the two for engine mount bolts, or transmission mount bolts, so the engine and transmission's hanging from the original mount so I can get all the stuff out from underneath it, some work under here. Bolts torque to 50 foot-pounds. I put the shifter bracket on, snapped that back on the linkage. Just got to put the hoses and valve body connector back on, and then put turbine speed sensor plug in. Well, it did good. No noise, shifts good, and I used a scan tool to do a transmission quick alert on it. No leaks. Should be ready to go. That looks pretty good, I guess. It did good. Shifted fine. It's ready to go home.